We move on. No picks from Bebsie. It looks like he was about to pull the trigger on the under 16.5. We'll see what that number is on Sunday. As always, Bebsie will be with us every Sunday, as will 5 other cappers giving us their best bets on the Sunday card. We move on to 1 p.m. Eastern. Tennessee Titans at New York Jets. Let's move this over right now. And here we go. We're at MetLife Stadium. These Titans 2-1, 1-0 on the road. Jets 0-3, 0-1 at home. 70 Fahrenheit, mostly cloudy, 7 miles per hour. The weather a non-issue early in the season. Let's take a look at what we are dealing with in this spot. Tennessee opening up as 7.5-point favorites. That's where they stand right now. But that 7.5 opened at plus 100. It's now at minus 113 at Pinnacle. So there's been a 13-cent move on Tennessee. This total opened up at 46. We see a couple 45.5s. Let's see if the money follows that plan here in this spot. 8,234 tickets in. 92% of the tickets, 92% of the cash on the Titans. And hasn't moved a half point. It's just moved juice. Interesting. Then we have 62% of the tickets on the under and 83% of the cash on the under, clearly thinking that this Jets team is incapable of putting up points. Titans come in off a 25-16 win at home over the Colts, an impressive win, considering they turned the ball over 3 times and didn't force any turnovers. Tannehill, 18-27 for 197 yards. Nick Westbrook Ikena led the way with 4 catches for 53 yards and his first career touchdown. A.J. Brown hurt his hamstring early in the game. He's now considered week to week. He will not be in the lineup this Sunday. Julio Jones suffered some kind of injury. He's not on the report, but they spoke about it. Both coaches spoke about it in the presser. So something happened to Julio Jones, and he is listed as questionable, but I don't know what it was. A rookie outside linebacker, Rashad Weaver, was carted to the locker room late in the third quarter. Tight end Anthony Firkser and Caleb Farley continue to be listed as questionable. So Rashad Weaver was put on injured reserve today. Derek Roberson was put on injured reserve today. And then you have Bud Dupree active, but on the sidelines. Only going to come in if an emergency, clearly trying to protect him for later in the year. That is a ton of injuries going on right now in Tennessee. Do you need those guys against the Jets? Probably not. 26-0 loss at Denver. 3rd NFL team to lose 12 consecutive games in September, joining the 94-97 Saints, 2007-10 Rams. They hold the record with 13 consecutive losses in the month. Zach Wilson. God, these Jets just make bad decision after bad decision. Zach Wilson, 19-35, 160 yards, no touchdowns, 2 interceptions. They ran the ball 13 times for 43 yards. Michael Carter and Ty Johnson, that's going to be your running back tandem? I mean, you think that's going to work? Corey Davis, 5 catches, 41 yards, led the team. 2 sacks, 4 quarterback hits. Elijah Moore, head injury, even concussion protocol. Tyler Kroft has a chest injury, which we need to learn more about. They also have Tevin Coleman, Jamison Crowder, still listed as questionable. Crowder didn't play last week. Saquon Hampton, their safety, still listed as questionable. And as we know, Mekhi Becton not coming back. Gerard Davis gone. Carl Lawson gone. Those were the big losses from the beginning of the year. Interesting spot with Tennessee on the road with all these injuries. We know the public's going to be all over them. Bebsie, Titans, Jets, take it away.
Jimmy, I'm going to start off with a little quick question here. Do you know who leads the NFL in quarterback pressures? It's going to surprise you.
I do not.
It's Max Crosby. He has 25. Do you know who's second, though?
Who?
Harold Landry with 20. That's why Bud Dupree is only coming in, because he's probably not 100%, and they're getting a ton of pressure with Harold Landry as is. He looked like a stud. Was it Boston College that he went to? I forget where he went to college, but he looked like a beauty there. His ankles were questioned. He's starting to look like the player that they thought he could be. And that spells bad news for Zach Wilson, especially with Mekhi Becton out. I don't think Zach Wilson – well, okay, I do think Zach Wilson is a bad choice, but not for the reasons you do. I think Zach Wilson's a bad choice. I said this in week 1. You don't take a quarterback who had shoulder surgery on his throwing shoulder because of his mechanics when he didn't fix his mechanics. You don't take that guy 2 overall. But I don't think he's a bad quarterback. I just question the longevity of his career with that shoulder, and especially playing for the Jets. Now, with Mekhi Becton out and Landry playing the way he is, injuries aside, it's going to be a tough, tough day for Zach Wilson. Also, who on this defense, other than the MetLife Stadium field, please, I hope this doesn't happen because I love watching Henry run. But other than that field, who's going to stop Henry? Henry is an absolute machine. And he just, every time I think he's going to get tired and wear down, he doesn't. He gets stronger as the game goes on. He's an absolute truck. I don't see how the Jets can do anything in this game. Tennessee's defense is going to be rested. They're just going to smash the ball down this Jets defense throat, and there's nobody on that team that can stop them. Quick, name 5 starting Jets defenders off the top of your head without looking at the roster. Now, go. You can't. No one can. Not even Jets fans. This is just a talent deficient team. And Tennessee, yeah, other than their abysmal week 1 performance, they've looked fine.
And you're going to stay off. Eric Anderson, yeah, sorry, just very quickly, sports insights for the tickets and the amount of tickets and that, but different for the market move, so hit me on Twitter for that information. Nutflush says this is a first half play just like Bama. Titans first half big. Let me just say a couple things here that I find very interesting. Back to back from Birdie and Dennis Garcia, whom we love capping with. Birdie says, I got Titans -6 early. Titans don't get a pass rush, and Wilson with time can be efficient. Says, I'm also looking at the over because this is the week the Jets may score 17. May also look at the middle on the 7. And then Dennis Garcia says, Carolina, New England, Denver have more talent on defense than Tennessee. All have elite defensive coaches. Wilson will have a chance to be decent here. Think it's a buy low spot on the Jets.
It's kind of why I'm off it, because it feels like it could be a trap game here. But I'm not doing it. I'm not jumping on the Jets, that's for damn sure.
Yeah, I get that. Maybe this is a spot we revisit. With the injuries on the Titans right now, I think that you want Tennessee to get bet. If we can get to a bigger number, I think the play will be the Jets. B-Ball says, I love the Jets plus the points.
I'll tell you something, the honest truth, Jimmy. If somehow Tennessee got bet all the way to -13.5, I would still not touch the Jets.
Oh, Jesus.
They're so bad. They're a bad football team.
If I could get 9, I will bet the Jets.
You're crazy. I understand that that's value, but come on, man. Look at their roster. They got nothing. What they had in the offseason when you were like, the Jets got a couple of bright spots, those fucking spots are gone. They got nothing. Look at their running back situation, Jimmy. Old Bebsie could dust off his cleats and have a shot at making the roster. They're better off with Frank Gore. Frank Gore's 100 years old.
Oh, okay. No move for us in Titans Jets. If I gave you a free $500 bet right now on the total at 46 in Tennessee Jets, is it an easy under?
Sorry to hurt Jets fans' feelings right now. That's not what I was trying to do. And yeah, I would take the under. Free $500 bet, I'd take the under. Because again, I don't know how the Jets put up points, even against this banged up Tennessee defense.
Because I don't see the Titans running up any score here. All the injuries they have, I think they want the ball as long as possible.
Yeah, I can see this. If I was to play something in this game, which I am not, I would put money on the under.
Danny Lopez joining us. Dennis Garcia says Jose needs to clip the Bebsie rant, bookmark for trolling when the Jets win outright. Okay. we move on. No move here, but let's take a look at the Jets team total in this game, because everybody's been cashing these team total unders and over again. Oh, it's 17.5. That's pretty high. Okay, and it's heavily juiced to the under, so maybe we'll see a little better. And the Nathan Cernan says Jets team total under. I don't think we should keep going back to that kind of a well. We know what happens when you keep going back to the same well. You get bored and file for divorce.